Looks like Somerville may start full forward here. No, at full back with
on McIntyre. Well, he moved to centre-half back last week on Donald McDonald. Started at centre-half forward for Essendon this year. Peter Somerville.
Hodges well up the ground.
So Essendon going to the left and Adelaide to the right. Micken and Madden played a lot of footy against one another over the years. Madden gets the first tap. Watson the first touch, looking for a free kick. Lee with him, who's obviously got the job of running with Watson. And the first free kick going to Essendon. Philandia, who had his best match last week against North. Handball to McMullen, who was injured for a bit in that game. And McMullen from the centre square with a long one, a great kick to the goal square. Smart in the front spot, off the ground by the Bombers, are behind. Buick, who has had a wonderful season to date.
That was a magnificent kick by McMullen. 65 metres out, nearly made the distance.
Tasker hesitates. Grandstand side with the kick then. In front Micken. Taken behind by Hills to Long, back to Hills, forward of centre wing. Inside the attacking 50. This is Philandia. I'd venture to say too far out to score. He kicks from about 55. Here comes Salmon. Couldn't hang on. Lee floats one back towards centre half back. Missed by Chris Danaher. McDermott at the base of all of that. Claimed by Danaher. And the bounce at centre half forward for Essendon. Umpire wasting no time. Madden gets it down. Philandia going nowhere. Chris Danaher did well. Watson over the top. McMullen pulls it back towards the kick-off line. Salmon. Great lunging mark.
Well, already these Essendon players playing in front. The ball has dropped on it 2 occasions. Philandia was in front earlier, and that occasion Salmon in front. You can see how far he's set Smart up, and the ball dropped.
You look at the composition of the Adelaide Crows. If Smart doesn't work out on Salmon, the options are very limited.
Yeah, very limited if Salmon's playing anyway. Dennis, or any team, he's a hard man to counter.
As always, taking plenty of time. Paul Salmon. He's got it. The first goal of the game. Essendon 1-1. Adelaide yet to score.
Well, they've started remarkably well, haven't they, Essendon? They're in front. They're showing a lot of enthusiasm. Philandia has figured on a couple of occasions, as has McMullen. And Salmon at full forward. His first and the game's first. And it's interesting that you don't often see 2 ruckmen, left-handed ruckmen contesting, and we've got Simon Madden and Mark Micken doing the ruck work right now.
Madden coming in from the side, goes very early, gets the tap. Andrew Jarman. McIntyre and Somerville. Good contest there. Johnston off the ground by McIntyre. McDermott goes to ground. Chris Danaher over the top. Could both be playing on one another, Danaher and McDermott, which would be a strange matchup. Buick. And free kick to Buick at centre wing against Bickley. He's been one of the great playmakers this season. So is this man McMullen, who's been a surprise packet. Long handball. O'Donnell's give back to McMullen through the centre. Salmon the target. Great kick.
Oh, good stuff. Really good. He moved really well through the centre then. McMullen delivered the ball superbly to that forward line. You can see there, Salmon, the drop on Smart. And that's the way full forwards like to have it. Leading the opponent under the ball, then dropping back.
24 goals for the season, Salmon. 23 before tonight. But he did kick 5 against North Melbourne in a return to form. Leading goal kicker at the club for a number of years. And from 30 metres out has hooked it badly. As you can tell by the cheers of the crowd, and this crowd has built up. It's well over 40,000 now. But they haven't had a lot to cheer about in the first 5 minutes because it's been all Essendon as Tasker brings it back in.
Goes to the outside this time.
Good
Mark by Maynard in front. Fine aerialist. Towards centre wing goes the kick. This is Hodges playing well up the ground. He started across half forward. Wasting no time. First sortie forward for Adelaide. Down towards their half forward line. Great mark by Lindner. Battling against Kickett. Simply too strong that time. Lindner, one of Geelong's stars in the '89 grand final. Goes in short. Jamison on the lead.
It's a good
Intelligent
lead.
kick.
My word, and a good lead too. Jamison, one of those players that is improving week after week as he adjusts to the tempo of AFL football.
32 goals in 14 matches this season. It'll take a pretty good kick from here. Awkward angle. Rod Jamison has missed. Minor score.
Missed a couple last week against Sydney at critical times. Did play very well. 32 goals in his 15 matches this season. And has been surprisingly the focal point up forward. Many people expecting Hodges to be the big goal kicker. Flood's kick is a beauty. Madden and also Micken. There's Izzard's high kick. Last time Izzard was here, he won the E.J. Whitten medal. Lee missed it. Buick. The give was good. Long. Philandia, who isn't the smallest man on the park tonight. That'll be Hocking.
Surely Long was tackled then without the ball.
Wallace, Jarman pushed in the back as he kicked it. And we'll get a free kick. Jarman matching up with McMullen, who's made a couple of sautes into the forward line. They've been good thrusts for Essendon so far, but here's the Adelaide champion from halfback.
Andrew Jarman. Through centre, probing kick. Kick it under the ball. Lindner outmarks him again. That's twice, and he wants 50.
Well, he's done it both ways, Lindner. In front and behind. And both have resulted in marks. And this will be a lay-down misère, I should think.
Battle of temperaments between these two as much as anything.
Yes. You normally send a tradesman on this sort of job, not a Derek Kickett. Goal.
Well, Bruce Lindner coming back. This is his third game back, or fourth game back. Had a hamstring injury. And he's played a few games earlier in defence. He did that down at Geelong and was particularly good as a half-back flank. Now he's gone back onto that half-forward line. He's got a lot of ability, and already the change has been made. Wallace, I think it is, going across.
Lindner's goal brings Adelaide within a point. Again, Madden and Micken both go early. A good give there by Chris Danaher to McMullen. Cransberg going to ground. Smart under pressure, kicks it very poorly. Long way out on the fall. And Hills to bring it back in. One of the two players that have come into the Essendon side with Plain for Anderson and Thompson. Second week in a row that Thompson has had to withdraw before the start of the game. Micken comfortably.
Kickers on the half-forward line. Wallace has gone back and picking up Lindner for Essendon.
Didn't take long to make the change. Mistake made by Bickley. Hills, good tackle though by Bickley. Now Smart with a high drop punt to centre wing.
Big pack at the fall of the ball. Wallace, the timely fist away. Johnston going nowhere. Got it from Philandia. This is Chris Danaher. That's awkward. Philandia back towards Chris Danaher. They're going nowhere. Well done by Madden. Good tackle. Bickley brought Buick down. McDermott ran into a dead end. Eventually Lee. High kick towards half forward. Hodges. Gutsy attempt. Danaher came over the top. Lip tack. Sends Brown away. Pulls it back on. Clever kick. Clever kick. McIntyre. And it's on, as you can see. That was unnecessary. There's no 50. Flood at the base of all of that. The emotion spilling over.
As the emergency umpire runs out, is he going to take a number? No, he's not.
McIntyre then. Just inside the 50. This for the lead. home.
Well, that was a magnificent kick from Peter McIntyre. Seen some beautiful kicks already in this game. McMullen earlier. It's a good pass there by Brown, spotting McIntyre, getting a little bit of pressure there from Flood. And that was a magnificent kick for goal.
Kick 4 against Sydney. So Micken and Madden again. 13-8, Adelaide by 5 points. Jarman missed it. Off the ground, Izard. Quick kick by Lee to half forward. Lindner missed that one. He's got a new opponent now.
Cop one behind the ear too. He's getting up, holding his right ear. Wallace gave him a little nudge as he went through.
30 years of age, Lindner. Played in a premiership team in Adelaide in 1983 with West Adelaide as a key forward, and a grand final in Melbourne in '89. Izard. Lee, who's got the job on Tim Watson. Plain warming up in the background. There he is.
Kransberg seems to be a loose man now in the back line for Essendon. Started at centre half forward.
Strange tactic, Don, considering that the Bombers kicking with the aid of any breeze there is. Danaher off the ground. That's Chris Danaher for Landia. And not much happening there. And again, a throw in at half forward for Essendon.
No, actually a move's been made. Kransberg's gone to full back on McIntyre. Somerville's coming off the ground and Plain will come on for Essendon.
Well, Sheedy doesn't take long to make moves when players kick goals. He's made 2 so far.
Jarman tackled. Down he went. Clever kick for Landia on the ground. Bickley knocks it straight to Long. It bounces out of bounds in the pocket. Well, I suppose it does depend on the matchups too, and maybe McIntyre was a bit too quick for Somerville, so the luck of the draw sits him down really. Kransberg will be quicker across the ground, and it was Somerville beaten on the lead.
Plain at centre half forward.
Bruce is right. Kevin Sheedy likes to throw them around. Revels in it. This is Lee out of the back pocket, centre wing. Madden uncontested. What'll the champ do? He wants to play on. Back into the forward line. Plenty of Crows there. Smart comes over the top.
Impressive mark. The only one really going for it, but still a good mark.
Nigel Smart, one of 5 Crows to have played in every game this season. Towards centre wing. Bickley, quick hands. Away to Tregenza on centre wing.
And a lovely give. Lindner, centre. Great kick. Magnificent kick, wasn't it? Quickly on McIntyre. Jamison, too far. And he might have been better off to centre that and go for goal. But good play by Lindner, who started in excellent form across half forward. David Flood. And Peter Somerville, who started on McIntyre. Madden. And McIntyre opposed. Madden comfortably lip tap and beats him out of play. So deep in the pocket. 13-8. Close to a full house at Football Park. A few seats in the members, but over 40,000. On really a perfect night. Kick by Brown round his body. Good bounce for Adelaide here. Hodges off the ground. No. And forced through for behind. So real pressure on the Bombers there. Hodges with a wonderful opportunity. Went for the kick off the ground. Maybe he could have picked it up. And Adelaide lead by a goal as Flood's about to bring them back in.
Scott Hodges, a man without luck at the present time, and the crowd quick to get on him. There's the kick towards the outer side. The light's taking effect now. There's a knee on the back of the head there. Terry Danaher on the ground, and Jarman. These things happen. Just accidents, Don. You had a lot of them in your career. There's the bounce. Left half forward for the Crows. Micken gets it down. Chris Danaher spills wide. McMullen. Hayes had him. McDermott too slow. Jarred free. Clever hands. Izard took it from Buick. Kicks towards half forward and Plain.
This could be a problem with Plain.
Salmon one out. Could have got a free kick. Nothing doing. Well played, Smart. Great defence. Lee over the top. A searching hand pass. Brown. Away to Pays. Pays towards half forward for the Crows.
Madden lumbering after it. Well played, Madden. To Kransberg. To Willis. To Izard. With a long sweeping handball to Long with some space. Drop punt Plain. Tasker playing with him, holding the footy.
Well, the season's nearly over. The players should be aware of this rule now. If you don't make the move, although he tried, it was still trapped underneath him. Plain looking for options. You can see there, not really concentrating on the goal.
50 metres out from the pocket. Tries a torpedo punt, kicks it very well to Salmon. Smart, good handball to Maynard.
Out of defence. Straight to Watson, though, inside the 50. Sends it back. Salmon, woo, over the top went Smart. Off the ground for Landia. Quick, grabbed it, put it to the boot.
Well, the little fellow Philandia had his best game last week for Essendon. There he is. Only pint size.
What about Smart?
Not a good kick by Watson, but here's Smart over the top. Oh, nearly onto the head, and a good left foot snap by Philandia. His first 3 goals won last week to the little fellow. 3 goals won last week to Philandia.
Scores level at Football Park. Madden's tap missed by Izzard. Free kick to Adelaide. To Liptak.
Against Johnson.
Goes short and wide to half forward. Fulke was providing the run, not a good kick. Long's handball gives Izzard the opportunity. The Bombers away. Izzard's handball very good to Johnston. Stops, props.
Tackle, smother.
Gets it back in the end to Izzard, who has been very busy. Oh, Buick goes very early. Bickley's handball. Andrew Jarman tries a bounce.
How's you doing the stats, Don? One of each. On the outer side, Wallace towards the boundary line. Izzard pulls it across his body, and the mark is held by Philandia. Very busy so far in this game.
Daryl Hart's his opponent. Mightn't be quick enough for him.
Towards half forward. Smart got a fist on it. Buick, always dangerous, always creative. Well, just about always. Out of bounds in the pocket, it will be thrown in. Not the place for it to go that time. Hocking and Wren, quite a contrast there in size and experience. 11 minutes remaining in this opening term. Boundary throw in. Salmon called upon to do the rucking. Micken backhands it down to Jarman, on his knees to Smart. Floating kick. Essendon had 3 players there. O'Donnell in front takes the mark. McMullen did well, keeping Brown out of the contest. Blocked his run. And now Gary O'Donnell. Watch this again.
There's a lot of pressure in this game because that ball not directed to where it should have gone. Coming back into the centre, should have gone around the line. Maybe an indication of the pressure that's out there at the moment.
Any score will put the Bombers in front. Good looking kick too, over the umpire's hand.
Well, Gary O'Donnell, a good kick from 45 metres out. Probably not having his best year. Not as good as a year. He had Larkin last week, tagging. He often does that job. He's starting to run off players, as he did last week with Larkin.
The Bombers by a goal after O'Donnell kicks his 3rd goal for the season. Liptak out of the centre.
Too high.
Hodges has had some touches early. Jamieson provides a lead. It's a strong kick. Good fly by Jamieson. Here's Liptak. Run down by Johnston. Gone, holding the football.
Actually, that was well done by Liptak, the way he read that ball. He is really good at reading the ball. I remember his first game against North Melbourne. Did it well, but also Johnson, an excellent tackle on him.
Short, Watson at half-back.
Towards centre wing goes the kick. Micken goes back on Chris Danaher. Well played by the Bomber. Got it out of bounds. He was outnumbered. Good game, this one so far. Essendon by 6 points. Big crowd, very vocal, plenty of atmosphere. Ideal night for footy under the lights.
James Madden.
Goes to Micken. Fine workhorse, lays it off to Jarman. Jarman towards half forward. Really wastes a kick. Having a good night so far. Wallace in front takes the mark.
Had a wretched run with injuries over the last few years. In fact, he didn't play at all last year, Dean Wallace, with a hamstring.
Don Liptak's in all sorts of trouble in the centre square. He'll come off for Hocking. I think Plain goes with a big one. Watson, kick it, who started in defence. Here's McMullen. Salmon.
Maybe that tackle on Johnson, by Johnson on Liptak in the forward pocket was a strong tackle. Looks like he's either done a knee or ankle.
So Liptak coming off as Salmon lines up and Hocking comes on. Salmon is kicked 1-1. 45 metres out. And not a good kick at all. Scraping in for behind. It's about his maximum range there, and he does get into trouble anything over that for accuracy. Here's Liptak.
Oh, let's hope it's not a knee injury.
Tasker's kick towards Smart. Should get a free kick, not paid. Off the ground by Tregenza, only as far as Long. McDermott half volley and then gave the handball away to Tregenza.
He's on centre wing. He goes down towards half forward. Lidner and Wallace falls behind them. Lidner knocks it wide. McIntyre back towards Hodges, who slipped over. Brown was in there. And now Lidner. And Lidner is getting a free kick pushed in the back by Chris Danaher.
Some hard work going in there by Chris Danaher. Also Wallace.
Lidner kicking for space. McMullen goes back, or is it O'Donnell? McMullen it was who fisted away. Watson across half back, in short to Wallace. They buy a little time. The Bombers lead by 7 points. Just under 7.5 minutes remaining till quarter time, and Wallace plays on. Goes towards centre wing. Kick it will fly from behind. In fact, no one went with him. Marked it on his chest. Pulls it back. Too clever by half.
Why did he do that?
He was looking for Hills, but he found Micken.
It was a hospital pass if it was for Hills.
Yep.
Lindner. Wallace, kick it. Missed by Johnston. Throw in half forward for the Crows. They trailed 2-2 to 3-3. Here's Liptak. Strong tackle by Johnston 3 or 4 minutes ago. And he immediately came off. So that will be a blow. If McGuinness before the game and Liptak in the first quarter both missing. Kransberg. Buick with a little shove on Bickley. Then looks outside and then runs inside with real pace and power and kicks it straight onto the chest of Madden, who is a very good kick for goal. And you'd really rather have him than Salmon kicking from this distance.
Harvey coming on, kick it going off.
Salmon and Madden both focal points up forward. Madden kicking goals in the State of Origin match for Victoria. 553 goals in total. He's a leading goal scorer at the club this season, and he didn't make the distance. Surprisingly, punch through for behind. And what's the story with Liptak, Max Stevens?
Well, Bruce, Matthew Liptak has an injury to his left knee. He's in a lot of pain, but the extent of the injury won't be known for some time.
Well, just what we didn't want to hear.
Hills on his knees, dragged off it. McDermott at the base of that pack. So often the case. And a bounce. Left half forward for the Bombers, who should be further in front at the present time.
It's bad luck for young Matthew Liptak. He was getting better each week. Picked up 18 kicks, 17 handballs last week.
Big fist from Chris Danaher. Picked up by Hart. Back towards midfield. Jarman will need to go here. Missed the mark. It falls behind. Opportunity though for Lee to Filkey. From centre wing, he boots it into space down towards right half forward. 2-on-1. Tregenza lays it off to Hodges. Don't know that was the place to go. From outside 50, Hodges blazes away and it floats out of bounds on the full. Well, they were running the ball and Hodges elected to come back through the traffic, and having done that, he made the job very hard. So here's Flood against the behind post. Member side with a kick. Hodges should mark this and does.
This man has got some ability. He certainly has got a football brain.
Kick to Jamison. Micken. Gee, that's a good kick. Right to the square. Touched. Well played, McMullen getting back.
It's a terrific game, isn't it, so far?
Oh, a lot of pressure. And players are committed too. Well, there's a lot of stake, Dennis, as far as Adelaide goes.
And Essendon, Don, they wouldn't want to lose here.
No.
Izzard. Centre wing. This is where Philandia may expose Hart, though Hart able to keep him at bay there, and then
In the back.
earn a free kick. Bit of experience there by Hart. Tasker with a high one.
Down towards half forward. Linda up, knocked away by Wallace, who recovered well. This is Brown, though, inside the attacking 50. Danaher, nicely done. Johnston, he's at centre half back. Touches it down once and placed himself under pressure as a result. Out towards centre wing and Hills. Pursued by Tregenza. Well played by the young man. Beat two tacklers, or would-be tacklers as it turned out. O'Donnell uses the ball superbly. This is Izzard forward of centre wing. Finds Harvey. Harvey just outside the 50. I doubt he could score from here. Great to see him back, Mark Harvey. 3.5 minutes remaining till quarter time. Can the Bombers extend their lead? Harvey goes for distance. Good looking
Beautiful
kick. Has
kick.
it got the carry right on the line? A despairing hand. No good. What a great kick by Mark Harvey. And Essendon skip away. It's 4-4 to 2-3.
Well, we're seeing some magnificent efforts tonight. This ground and the weather must be conducive to good football. They're certainly jumping pretty high. And also that kicking is just of such high standard. What a magnificent kick.
I'm going into the fortune-telling business.
The Bombers stretch it to 13 points. Salmon's tap out of the centre. Pays runs into trouble. Scott Lee paves some way for him and kicks it beautifully to McIntyre on a long lead. Now Jamison provides a lead. McIntyre can nearly kick this if he kicks it as well as he kicked the first one. To the square. Hodges goes against two. Flood. Hocking. Throw in.
Gee, Hodges literally launched himself then, didn't he?
He did
a
very
lot of
well.
players are.
He had
A
to
lot
go
of
then.
players.
It's a magnificent scene here. Huge crowd, and as Dennis and Don have already said, high standard game. Salmon just pushed out by McIntyre, and will get a free kick from the back pocket.
It seems Terry Danaher is playing on McIntyre now too, so we've seen 3 opponents already. Here he is. Squares the ball. Kransberg out at left half back now. Peter Kransberg towards centre wing.
Oh, pushed out, surely.
Maynard paid the mark.
No, it's coming back.
Harvey to get the free then. Immediately plays on to Izzard. 60 metres from goal. Settles. Looking for Madden. Tries to knock it to the team's advantage. Now he recovers in the role of a rover. Simon Madden, open goal, puts it through. So a surge by the Bombers. Inside the last 2 minutes of the term, they lead 5-4 to 2-3.
Well, they're a bit of a quandary then. The free kick going to Harvey. No one on the mark. Maynard was running down or trying to get on Izzard. Izzard by himself had plenty of time to steady. Spotted Simon Madden. He couldn't get it, but he followed up well, the big fellow. Now playing a full forward. They're changing their ruckman at that position. Salmon and Madden. Essendon.
Handy break now for the Bombers at 5-4-2-3, and you just get the feeling they've got some support inside the arena here tonight. Some cheering when they kick a goal. Hasn't happened for other clubs here. Did play a practice match at the beginning of the season, where again was a full house. So those in the minority would be pretty happy here at 34-15. As we restart the centre square with a lot more players in the forwards, Rowan Saws goes to ground. The umpire, Lee, who's had a lot of kicks in the centre square, and another good one to McIntyre.
Very quick, isn't he, McIntyre?
Jamison the target. Flood with him. Johnston.
Well done.
Kick under pressure. Micken has to try and half volley. Plain nearly snares it off him. Tasker hangs on to him. McDermott goes to ground. Philandia gives it up. Micken's quick kick. Hodges goes with Kransberg. Johnston again. Hot ball to handle. Hocking drops it.
Oh,
Wanted a free kick, and so did the 40,000. Jarman round the body to the goal square. Jamison couldn't hold it. Flood. Handball sideways. Salmon now under pressure. Back. Kransberg, and he'll kick it correctly and does so.
Chris Danaher, Hocking was stiff. Danaher Terry goes out wide and finds Watson. Kransberg again. Forward of halfback towards the middle. McMullen. That was a good kick. Over the top for Landia. Controlled it superbly. Lays it off. This is McMullen again. Not a good kick down towards half forward. Coming up to meet it smart. To Tregenza on the siren. So at quarter time, Essendon have done very well. They lead 5-4 to 2-3.
He wants the Bombers to use the middle of the ground and not the flanks. But as I talk, the light's starting to come back on here at Football Park.
Perfect timing. Rowan Saws holds the football in the air. Adelaide go to the left and Essendon to the right.
Somebody cringed on that square.
So Micken to get the free kick. 5 players in the middle for the moment by Essendon. Micken's long kick to full forward. Everybody caught out of position. Lindner with a chance to goal. His second and Adelaide's third at 3-3 to 5-4.
That's a good start. A good start. They're all jostling there. As that free kick, you just cannot run into the square at all. You can see there, little indecision and Lindner running onto it. But players just should not run into the square because it's an easy free kick. Meakin got it. It goes into the forward line. Well, there's the result.
Quick goal to the Crows then. Tim Watson claimed by McDermott, who in turn is grabbed by Plain, and will have a bounce. Little niggle in there. Smiles all round. So here's the bounce. Madden decisively wide of the pack. Buick goes off the ground out towards the boundary. Still he goes long, strong on the shepherd. Buick can't keep it in.
Doing a lot of that now, Michael Long, using his pace
And his bulk.
in shepherding situations or bumping situations.
Very strong customer given his size. This is Pays. Out of bounds once more. Tongue in cheek. Throw in. Madden again doing well. McMullen pushed off the ball. Lee had his hand pass charged down. Weight of numbers works it forward. McMullen gets it across to Philandia. He mishandled. Now Watson. Still it's going Essendon's way. Eventually across the boundary line. The local crowd applaud, but really Essendon worked hard and gained about 25 or 30 metres.
Good effort by Joe Maynard too to stop Philandia.
Yes, McDermott making a rare mistake, unable to take the football. Philandia. Salmon misses it. Try to John Longmire there through the legs. Hart. Take by O'Donnell. Jarman just gives it up. McMullen squares it. Harvey kicked a very long goal in the first quarter. That's high. Watson versus Micken.
Oh, that's an interesting one, isn't it? Watson using his body.
To O'Donnell. O'Donnell drop punt, missing a behind. So Watson getting rid of Micken there, and then handballing off to O'Donnell, as we see it in replay.
The problem is, where is the ball? Oh, was that in the side or in the back?
Fair enough. Eyes only for the ball. Here's Tregenza. Left half back towards centre wing. Hodges has it knocked away by Kransberg. Watson feeds long. He goes across the ground, intended for Plain, doing brilliantly. Tasker punched it about 20 metres. He's in pursuit of McMullen now. Well done, Tasker. High kick down towards half forward. Lindner, who's got 2 goals, close to the boundary line, keeps it in. Great acceleration, must get a free kick. That was clever. But go back to Tasker, Sean Tasker. Marvellous stuff. Big spoil, sensed the danger, came storming up, got a fist on it, tracked it towards the outer side, beat a man, and got it to this man. Lidner goes for distance, spirals it across the ground. Transberg, courageous mark, releases it immediately. That's ambitious in there. Chris Danaher in trouble, taken low, could have almost got a free kick despite his mistake. Filkey, his second possession, inside 50. Lidner was up. Hawking missed the opportunity, picked up by Wallace.
Quick left foot. Tregenza and Hills. Hills with the strength, Tregenza with the pace. Now free kick to Hills, not there.
Oh, surely. Oh, over the boundary line.
Well, he was unlucky not to get the first one. Hope Tregenza doesn't make the same mistake that, here we go.
It's like a young Mark Harvey. Mark Harvey wore number 38 when he started, and the blonde hair.
I was going to say, Don, I hope Tregenza doesn't make the same mistake as Lindner and kick it sideways. There's a pass, that's better, Jamison.
Yes, he led into the hole. Getting away from Flood. He really is coming to grips with the game, Jamison. Good kick here by Tregenza. Look, nobody to impede Jamison.
Well, he kicks these great goals from time to time. Kicked 6 last week. 32 for the season. It's a very tough shot from the angle. And Madden unopposed in the end. Something of an anticlimax. 366 games, this great ruckman. And when the ledge is finally balanced for him, he's got to be one of the all-time greats.
He's minus a boot as he kicks it. Towards half-back, Micken from behind, falls to Izzard. Right half-back Izzard hugs the boundary with a kick. What was it?
And the boot's gone. The Adelaide officials giving it back. Very kind of him. Simon Madden's boot, that is.
That last kick, centimetre perfect, just bouncing out of bounds, down towards the wing. Thrown in, Micken behind the pack. McMullen was held for a long time by the Guernsey. Now Izzard. That's got to be deliberate. Not pushing the back this time, says the umpire.
Harvey going down on the back line for Essendon. Kick it coming on. Michael Long going off.
Harvey.
Is Harvey going to play a loose man?
5-5, 3-3. Harvey from half-back towards centre wing. Hodges in from the side, opts out of the contest eventually. Off the ground by Chris Danaher. Worth a kick. Smart, clever mark.
Through the legs of Sam.
Used to play that at school, Don. Here's Smart, who runs too far and gets away with it. Hodges. Well, he hasn't kicked a goal, but it's been his best effort so far this season for winning the football. Long kick, beautiful kick to Jamison. What a great kick.
That was a magnificent kick. Nearly 60-odd metres out in front.
That should be 50. Let's watch that again.
There's this kick.
Is this 50, Don?
Players really kicking the ball with a lot of distance. Flood's done that a couple of times actually tonight.
That's remarkable. It's not 50.
Well, he's grabbed him round the neck and run him into the ground and buried him.
2 steps late.
So Jamison's got to kick it from 45 metres. Gee, he kicks it well, doesn't he? First goal for Jamison. And Adelaide doing very well here at 4-3 to 5-5. They're back in business.
Yes, you're just sensing the way they started. They got that free kick out of the square early. They got a goal through Lindner. And since then, they're really starting to get their act together, Adelaide. Jamison, he kicked one here in that controversial finish against Fitzroy earlier in the year.
Just 8 points the difference now. Micken wins it down. McMullen, who's doing well, good player, taken high. He'll get the free kick.
Harvey's now back at centre half forward for Essendon. He's obviously going down to cover for Madden, who was getting his boot on.
McMullen goes very short. Madden unchecked. Long kick inside the attacking 50. Salmon up, got hands to it. Couldn't rake it in, and eventually we've got a ball up.
This is Wallace coming off. Somerville on, so they're pulling the changes, Essendon.
Hardly any breeze tonight. Ideal conditions for night football. Micken down to Smart, who swings it out wide. Almost a clever mark to Hills. Tregenza favoured by the bounce. Sends Beckley away. Long kick towards half forward. Lindner from behind, missed it. Izzard Off to O'Donnell.
Well
Short
done.
kick, little lucky in the end, but Kransberg took it. Johnston, Lindner puts the pressure on and gives away a free kick.
Johnson's now got the job on Lindner.
He's been a danger man, Lindner, with a couple of goals.
Somerville looks as if he's at centre-half forward, being picked up by Maynard.
Who'll have a height disadvantage. Tregenza, Hills, Philandia gets his handball away. This will be tough for Micken, though he gets down all right, but a very poor handball to Tasker, playing cleverly a la Matera at the Wacker a couple of weeks ago, but he didn't go all the way like Peter did that time. Half forward, Essendon in attack, get to kick a goal in the second quarter, but still leading by 8 points. Watson to Plain, who's normally very accurate. You'd back him from here.
He's a confident player, isn't he, Bradley? Plain as he rams through his first goal, coming off the bench, Bradley. It was a late inclusion into the side. But as soon as this ball left the boot, watch Bradley. He steadies, makes sure, and he was running back to the centre. He knew it was a goal, a good kick. His first.
6 goal kickers for Essendon. Clever hands by Tim Watson, setting up that last goal. Back in the middle. Madden misses the ball. Jarman doesn't. Down towards half forward. Kransberg in the road, though. Well played. Keeps it in front. He's out number 2 on 1. Kransberg soccers it on the full across the line.
It's a good effort initially by Kransberg to pick it up, but a little strong in his kick. Good pressure by Hodges.
Hay is getting the free. Forward of the wing. Good looking kick too. Down towards the 50. Madden. Is it right half back? That's intended for Terry Danaher. He almost took the mark too. In a very tight situation. Bounce. Midway between left centre wing and left half forward for the Crows, who trail 27-41, but they've got what breeze there is. There's the bounce. Rucks go at it again. Over the top, Hodges towards the boundary line. Out of bounds. So Adelaide playing for their football lives as we go down to Max Stevens.
Michael Long coming off for Derek Kickett now. He went straight down to the rooms. I've been told he's having treatment to the lower part of his body. They're not giving too much away, so we'll have to guess on that one until half-time.
Buick round the body after Bickley's handball went to him.
Oh, free kick, surely. Lane. The arm in the back by Tasker.
Hayes, first game for the Crows. Playing for Neil Barham's team in South Australia, the top of the table. The combination of Woodville and West Torrens, the Eagles. There's Madden. Hayes. Hart besieged. And he gave him no chance. Hodges runs over it. McDermott. Well done. Played it very well to get it to the pocket. Jamison. Good take. Keeps it in. Unable to get the handball, though. O'Donnell squeezes a little one to Buick, who runs out and tries the second trick. Party trick for the second time, Dennis.
Don't often see that, do you? One-upmanship by Darren Buick. Not working out for him that time.
Sean Wren about to come on for Adelaide, the big ruckman.
Madden to Watson. Quick kick away. Philandia, arm wrestling with Hart. Still they go. That's very dangerous play by Bradley Plain. There we say it, flying over the top of the pack. Hayes to Hart on the wing. Inside the attacking 50. But again, the tall timber stands firm. Madden across to Kransberg. This will be interesting. They'll need to win this ball, Essendon. Tregenza does well. Jamison back to Tregenza. That wasn't position A as far as the Bombers were concerned. Kransberg keen to make amends. Held without it, surely. No free kick. And there'll be a ball up.
Well, there's a lot of things going on undetected by the umpire. I hope they'll just be consistent and let it flow all night if that's the case.
Which is a poor kick by Tregenza, though, wasn't it? 27-41. Wren getting ready as we saw to go on. Hocking, he's putting the boot in and the ball in. Eddie Hocking coming on for Liptak early in the match. Liptak with a knee injury. Repeating, McGuinness not playing. Anderson and Thompson both out for Essendon before the first ball was bounced. So Jamison certainly outnumbered in the height department by Madden, who wins it so easily to Izzard. McDermott thumps it away. Essendon give it up, but McMullen cleverly to Watson. Philandia got a favourable bounce, didn't control it. Hart, who's manning up pretty well now. Brown's kick is good. Filkey can go on with it. Left foot. Jamison goes early. Flood with him. Off the ground by Johnston. And Adelaide with a problem now, Dom, because they kick it slowly and high. They're going to have Madden and Salmon and the big men taking those marks across half-back.
Well, they're doing it well. They're keeping their forward line open. We saw it earlier with a beautiful pass by Hodges to Jamison. And it's Pays going off. Wren coming on. The interesting change. Pays was playing on a wing. Now Wren is only 18 years of age. 6'8".
Harvey with a free kick for a push in the back, gets it to Johnston. Through centre wing towards half forward. Somerville, good mark in front. Strong, wants to play on. Indiscreet, gave it away. Kick it in an awkward situation. Lee over the top. Somerville goes in. There'll be a ball up. No concessions being made in these packs tonight. They're playing for keeps. Here's the bounce. Right on the wing then. Izzard appear to be held by the arm. Chris Danaher. Harvey. High one down towards half forward, intended for Salmon. Hart. Strong tackle for Landia. Still he goes. Well done by Smart. Plucked it out. Over the head of Jarman though. Come and get the ball, McMullen to Watson. Quick hands. Watson upended by Jarman. Somerville claims the mark.
And it was a mark too. Wasn't meant for him.
70 metres out. Salmon his target, and Wren takes the mark and quickly sweeps a handball to Tregenza, who may have to run all the way here. Plain was able to get rid of the Bickley Shepherd. Tregenza's kick, a good one to Lindner. Nice hands. Inside, a very poor handball to Filkey. Lindner gets it back and gets caught very high. Plays on. Again, a slow handball to Jarman, who has to kick in a hurry to nobody. So Adelaide not doing well at all in that exchange. And Cransberg doing even... Well, he ran out of bounds, so he didn't do that badly.
They wasted some great work there by Tregenza. He looked up, no one to kick to. Hills was the man marking him 40 metres up the ground. He pulled it back and found Lindner. And Lindner was a little bit casual given the good work that had led up to him getting the ball.
Casual twice with two very slow handballs. 27-41. Goals pretty hard to get here. Low scoring, exciting match. Micken against Madden. Adelaide with more height on the ground now. Try and stop the big men. Essendon player over the ball. Hills. Free kick to Adelaide. Hocking. 65 metres out. He's going to centre it. Jamison at the back. Flood, good spoil. Missed by Chris Danaher. Flood backs up well. Johnston having a pretty good game. Quick kick into the centre. Straight to Wren, who takes his second mark within a minute and a half.
Wren inside the attacking 50. Hodges in from the side. Had it, then lost it. Hocking, was he taken high? No. Look at these packs. Down went Jarman. Flood going the other way against the flow. Boots it towards the outer side. Into the path of Buick. Confronted. Sockers it to his own advantage. Great desperation shown out there, but still Buick continues to work the ball goalward. Hart got him by the leg. No free kick. Superb stuff. Philandia deep in the pocket. Salmon should mark it.
What a fantastic effort by Darren Buick. That was smart football. He was responsible. He set off. Let's hope he's all right. He's rubbing his left calf. Hands on head now. The players going across. Watson and also Plain to congratulate Buick on that fine individual effort.
Great effort too by Bickley, although he didn't win the ball, throwing himself at the feet of Buick. Good football all round, but no consolation for Adelaide. Essendon get another one. There's 6-5. Adelaide a 4-3. And Paul Salmon has 2 goals.
Well, here it is. Let's watch. Buick taps it on with a foot first. Then Bickley throws, or was it McIntyre? The ball going on the ground. He's still making play. Hard. He gets away quickly to Philandia. Well done. And the little fellow spots Salmon. Just too much height.
Well, the Bombers have stretched their quarter-time lead by a point after Adelaide started very well here. 27-47. Jarman tried one off the ground, didn't go anywhere. Tregenza got a high one, no free kick. McDermott besieged, caught. Made a couple of mistakes tonight, McDermott, with handballs that have gone too far. It's Kevin Chudy in the Essendon hierarchy. Be pretty happy, if you can be happy in a football game, coaching.
No.
Brown. Ooh. Hodges. Lindner versus O'Donnell. Watson.
Simon Madden really give Wren a bit of a christening on that occasion, but just missed him.
Terrific stuff, this. And these are nasty packs.
Hocking picking himself up. There's Buick, responsible for the last goal for the Bombers.
Superb run down the outer wing by Darren Buick. Madden gets it down. Hocking just outside the 50. Throw. The umpire say throw. So he's out at centre-half back. Harvey. Chris Danaher fumbles again. He's done that a couple of times in that area.
Back to
Jamison. Thanks, Don. Inside the 50. Mark. No. Micken dropped it. Hills. Away to Izard. That's ambitious. Very greasy. This surface at Football Park. Flood to Hills. Good combination by Essendon. They work it out. Hills through the centre towards half forward. Bickley. Quick rebound opportunity. Well picked up by the big fellow. Wren. Inside the 50 once more. Dropped by Micken again. Down goes Johnston. Overrunning at Jamison. Flood picks it up. Interesting kick. Hills and all sorts of strife. Lays it off. Taken by O'Donnell, who goes over the top. And this is Chris Danaher.
On his right foot this time to Madden. Wren did very well. Gave Simon Madden a christening there by taking it off him. McDermott. High one. Micken. Hurled.
And playing off for Essendon. Dean Wallace going onto that half-forward line as the ball is going to be balled up on the half-back line. Right half-back line for Essendon. Left half-back line, I should say, for Essendon.
So Michael Long back up and Bradley playing with him. Max telling us that Long went straight down for treatment. Lower part of the body. Jamison. Hocking. Left foot for goal.
No, he's tripped. There's a free kick.
Down the ground or coming
the
back?
umpires will confer. If it's a goal, it'll stand.
It was a point, I think.
But he'll get another kick if he wishes.
So given the choice, no doubt he'll take another kick. And I wonder who Essendon will stand on the mark here, because he does love to run around from this position. They'll put somebody nimble.
Or form the wall, Bruce, would you suggest?
Well, it's not a bad suggestion, but he has made people look ridiculous on the mark, but he won't make McMullen, I don't think. Anyway, he's 40 metres out. Pretty important kick, this one, with Adelaide 20 points behind. Just under 6 minutes to half-time, and they have formed a bit of a wall behind McMullen, Essendon. So they were a wake-up, low drop punt. And I think he's kicked a goal. Hocking's goal, Adelaide's fifth, 5-3 to 7-5. They stay in touch.
Well, it was a really good kick for goal, a pressure kick. And the little fellow showed a lot of assurance as he went through that, kicked through the ball, off the ground. A magnificent kick for goal. Actually, the game is of a very high standard tonight. There's a lot of contests, fierce contests, and a lot of good skill. The kicking, excellent.
So the Bombers by 14 points. The finals tempo about this game, no question. Free kick to Essendon. It's coming back and will be taken, I think, by Salmon. You can sense it. An edge to the players. Real fire in their bellies tonight. This is McMullen. It's a vital game for both teams. Essendon hanging in the 6. This to consolidate. And Adelaide, last roll of the dice time. Probing kick. Wren flies over the top. Wide of the pack. Watson, a half opportunity. Missed it. Off the ground. Tasker gets it out of bounds, and we've got a throw in.
He's impressive, Wren. We've only seen 5 minutes of him, but I'm already impressed. Shows a lot of mobility for a big fellow. And he's only 18 years of age, too, from Arno Bay on the west coast.
What a real baptism of fire. The youngster, a handful of games, less than that, up against Madden and Salmon tonight. Here's Smart. Advantage is paid. It was going to be an Adelaide free. Smart out of defence towards midfield. In front, Lindner. He's been very lively. He's away again. Low trajectory kick on the lead down there. McIntyre behind Johnston tries to go off the ground. Opportunity for Hocking. Couldn't pick it up. Now Tregenza. Good tackle, Hills.
Trying to break it. Tregenza. McIntyre's hands very quick to Hocking. Centering kick. Salmon in the best position. Through the fingers. Flood.
Fight on behind play.
It's centre wing it is. Flood's kick to the pocket. Out of play.
There's
and
two of them.
On the far side, and it's Hills and Tregenza. They've now parted. Well, 4 minutes remaining. Essendon by 14 points have certainly looked the better team to half-time. Adelaide hanging in. Salmon wins the tap. Micken tries to pave it out to somebody. McMullen on the up cleverly to Harvey. Swings a long handball to Terry Danaher. Oh, good play, Essendon. Hills, another one. Cransberg, Danaher again. They've run it from the back pocket to centre wing, and Madden's a target. Hart, the handball. Jarman sits and waits, slow motion, but he does that often. Tregenza's little gift to Smart, who's going to do a Terry Danaher.
Terrific stuff, Nigel Spark. Inspirational around the outer side. McIntyre now, what a good kick. Micken directly in front, 35 metres out.
Well, that all started by an excellent run from Smart. He's playing on the bigger full-backs, and that's how you expose a big fellow. He cannot run down the ground, and that was all initiated by that good run by Smart.
So shades of the Manasseh run tonight. We've had Buick, and now Smart. Here's Micken. Bit of an anticlimax, really. Sneaking it through for a behind. 5-4 plays 7-5, and Flood to kick it in. Under 3 minutes now till half-time. This is Cransberg. Still deep in his own defensive area. Back to the man who kicked it in. That's Flood. Towards centre wing. Brown went back with a lot of courage. Izzard into Mines. Slaps it out.
Jarman just gave one out to Izzard. No wonder Alan Izzard's upset.
Been that sort of game, actually. Players sliding into packs. Not too cautious. This is Kickett. Gets it back towards the boundary line. Watson on his own half-back flank. Does nicely. Clever ball.
And kicks it very well. McMullen around Hart. Oh, great handball to Izzard. Buick inside. Oh, took a long time, Izzard. Played it very badly.
Oh, and he copped one too.
Well played Kickett, though, to cut off the Lee handball.
McMullen's down, and there's a fight on.
Well, Adelaide get away as McDermott gets the football from Maynard. A big fight behind play. Now Filkey attacks the goal square.
And McMullen's not too good getting to his feet now.
Salmon well played. And what's happening here? Free kick to Essendon.
McMullen got two knees right in the buttocks, and they really do hurt.
So Cransberg's free kick. And McMullen suffering there. So there's a fair bit going on here. Somerville, who can look after himself pretty well when things get tough. Chris Danaher. Good kick. Now Izzard, who made a mess of the last setup, kicks this to the goal square. Smart should take it. And, oh, gee, did well in there against Buick. Still in play. Philandia, free kick. Well, Buick anyway.
This is a ferocious game of football, isn't it? Really ferocious now.
It's a lot of spite. It's on again, Wallace. Going across and remonstrating with Smart.
Kick it to kick the goal and make Adelaide pay for it. Goal.
And that's the way you do it on the scoreboard. And they're still going on the half-back flank. Tasker, Wallace. A lot of spite.
First, and Essendon's 8. They're 8-5 to 5-4.
And here's the replay and a little cheeky sidestep. And Adelaide have made a change. Brown off and Pays back on. He's going onto the wing. Pays.
Well, we're enjoying this, but it's nice to be up here. 8-5 to 5-4 inside the last minute of the term. Jarman had it knocked away. Chris Danaher, Essendon, doing best in these confrontations at the present time. Getting on with a footy. Adelaide a little bit rattled. This is Pays, forward of half-back to Filkey, in trouble. And a throw is called.
Well, that was because of a tackle, Dennis. A great tackle by Danaher. Watch this tackle. There it is.
Meantime, Danaher went to Izzard, who gave it to Kickett. Now Salmon from just inside the 50 blazes away. There was a vacant goal square. The ball runs on okay, but well wide of the mark. Brown's off the ground. And we've got a throw in the left full forward pocket. Clock running down on the term. Last piece of action upcoming. Down to 5 seconds now. Can the Bombers manufacture a goal? No. Wait for the siren. Smart's hand pass towards halfback ends the first half, and what an eventful one it was. Essendon 8-5, Adelaide 5-4. We touched on some of the spite early. Some of those packs were nasty. Players going in with the intention of really making it hard for guys over the ball. And I think the other players in those packs sense that sort of thing, and it spilled over in the second term. At half-time then, Essendon with a handy lead. Can Adelaide come back? We'll find out soon. 8-5 to 5-4.
During the half-time break, ladies and gentlemen, we are pointing to sitting the game between
Joel Smart, big task at fullback, has done well. Great run in that second term.
Start of the second half at Football Park. Huge crowd in attendance. The Bombers lead by 19 points. They kick to the left. Adelaide to the right of screen. Micken, who's had his colours lowered in the first half. Watson round the body to centre half forward. Plain or kick it went a big fly. Taken by Lee. Kick to half forward. Hodges. Good handball to Tregenza, who loves to run. Second bounce, Buick. Terrible handball.
Do that.
He might get it back, but it was a shocking handball. Lindner tries a half volley, and Buick, who's run all the way back to put the pressure on Tregenza, gets a handball to Philandia, who floats one over the top of Hills, who goes for the boundary line and finds it. So Tregenza making a poor error there under not a lot of pressure.
Shocking error, Bruce, to handball it in front 5 metres.
A couple of Crows stepped aside there as Buick went through too. Bad signs. Boundary throw in on centre wing. Watson behind, breaks the tackle, well, almost. Brown, hurried kick towards midfield. Sits up obligingly for the Bombers. That was ambitious by Johnston. The hand pass conceded about 15 metres. That's holding the ball surely. Play goes on. No, it's going to be a free kick. Hodges to get it just outside the 50.
He's working hard across half forward, Hodges. A little bit more aggression in his game too.
Hodges from 55. Clears the pack and goes through for a minor score.
Kicked the ball a long way. That was let go from 60 metres out.
Into a slight breeze too. 5-5, 8-5.
Just get the feeling that something's going to go right for Hodges, and he's going to explode and do a Djakovic and have a big run of matches, because he's really finding the football tonight.
Wallace about to come on for Essendon.
Terry Danaher. Simon Madden taps it on. Lindner did pretty well against Cransburg. Hocking versus Johnston. Johnston gets there first, would want it to go out of play. Brown, who had a miserable first half. Watson with him and out of play now. So Harvey coming off, it looks like, for Wallace.
So Wallace will go on and pick up Hodges.
And Sheedy again demonstrates how quickly he's prepared to make a move. Filkey, and you just get the feeling that Kevin Sheedy has a few more hands to play here than Graham Corns with the personnel. Lindner, gee, it was a hot ball for McDermott. Micken off one leg and just kicks it high in the air. Hodges underneath it. Confident take with his hands, long way out. Again a thumping kick to full forward. Wren back there, punched away by Somerville. Cransburg let it drop in a hurry. Oh, lovely take by Hocking, but ran into a couple of brick walls. McIntyre round the body and kicks a goal. Second to McIntyre. And Adelaide start as they did in the second term with a quick goal and get within 2 at 6-5 to 8-5.
Well, he kicked 4-4 last week, McIntyre. Started at full forward, moved to centre half forward. Under a lot of pressure here as you see him pick up the ball, and Somerville just coming through one to the solar plexus, but he just gets it away. This crowd now starting to come alive.
Can they lift their beloved Crows? A place in the 6 on the line. They've got to win tonight. There's Hills. Knocked on by Chris Danaher. Jarman did well against the flow. Got it across to Tregenza towards half forward. Hit Flood and ricocheted away. Picked up by Jamieson. Untidy handball. He goes after it himself. Still he goes, Jamieson. Chris Danaher runs away with the ball eventually. Long kick inside the attacking 50.
Well
Salmon,
done.
brilliantly done. Into the path of Plain. Tracking it back towards the pocket. Hard against
well
the boundary
centered.
line for Landia. Couldn't hang on. Maynard. Now Lee. Under pressure, Lee kept his head. Smart. Overlap provided by Hart. Filkey. Now he can run at them. Needs to control it initially. Filkey towards centre wing. Hodges growing in stature. Good mark.
He caught 1-2 from Wallace. Here it is. Watch this. He takes the mark, then Wallace. Bang. Oh, excuse me.
50 at worst. And the ball trickles out of bounds down ground. So we've got a throw in. A spark for the Adelaide Crows to begin this third term. But the Bombers have shown great grit all season. One down by Madden. Weighed down by injuries. Essendon will not concede anything. Off the ground by Buick. Chris Danaher couldn't hang on. Now an opportunity for Hocking. That was with intent. Clever.
Filkey wins it. Had a quiet first half. Daryl Hart.
Oh, should have punched it. Should have punched the Hills.
Now Micken. Good kick to the goal square. Madden. McIntyre left foot. Will this go through? Yes. Hodges a goal. Give that one to Hodges. 7-5, 8-5. 47 to 53. And I think Scott's kicked his first.
Well, it's a good effort by McIntyre. Watch this. Pay's getting onto it quickly. There's the high ball from Micken now. The pack will fly. The ball will come to ground. McIntyre first onto it. He whacks on his boot. It would have been a goal anyway, but it's helped on its way by Hodges. And now there is only
Just over 20 minutes remaining till three-quarter time. Bedlam at Football Park at the present time. Buick dragged off the ball. Essendon work it forward. Down goes Plain. McDermott. The Crows looking a far better team at the present time. Filkey's kick not well directed. Izzard missed it. Hocking in trouble. Slung. Johnston. O'Donnell over the top nicely. McMullen with some time. Not a good kick. Gave it away. Micken to Hart. Hart goes to half forward and Hocking. Left half forward. Hocking towards the pocket. Wayward kick. Terrible option. Out of bounds on the full.
Well, it was only one, Dennis, because he was moving. The rest of the forward line stationary, so the ball attracted to movement.
Now, there was a car in the car park, though.
Madden takes it from Flood, and Flood gets it back again, and a great mark by Somerville. Centre wing. So the challenge there for Essendon, and they've responded magnificently through the season. McIntyre and Terry Danaher, who's had a quiet day or night. Left foot. Salmon with a chance, and Hills at the back. Lee concedes a behind and gets a huge roar of approval.
It was a good effort by Danaher because he's taken McIntyre right into the forward line. Danaher playing on McIntyre at centre half back.
7-5, 8-6. Tasker very short to Micken, who's got a paddock. Kicks it towards Maynard. Somerville took his eye off it. Inside to McDermott with time and space. Good kick to Jamieson.
Player starting to find space now.
It's a long kick, Jamieson. Not quite 50 that time. We couldn't give Flood. Hodges being held. Danaher gets back. Watson goes wide towards Flood. Still in play. Jamieson to Brown from 50 metres. Cransberg versus Hodges. Watson to clean up again. And why not? Cheered at one end, despised at the other for the same result.
And Watson's now got the job on Hodges.
Cransberg, one of two. It's Terry Danaher. Izzard runs it out of defence. Plenty of pace from half back to centre wing. Plain on his chest.
Oh, he was going, Bradley.
Blaine hoisted high down towards half forward. Salmon with the run at the ball. Smart does well, knocking it away. Kick it fell over. Picked up by Hart to Tregenza. Back towards centre wing. McDermott. Every possession being applauded now by this thriving crowd. They're enjoying their football. Wren tries to knock it Adelaide's way. O'Donnell did well going the other way.
Good effort.
Izzard with the run of it. Support provided by Watson to Plain. Runners inside. Whoa! Hill's taken high surely and will get the free. And the crowd suggesting he ducked into that. But
actually, that wasn't a bad free kick because there was 3 other options and he would have been gone there. So McDermott did the right thing on that occasion.
Kick across the field. Jarman. Maynard. Jamison is loose. Lindner is breaking. Jamison puts it out in front. Can Lindner reach it? Yes, he can. Well,
he's got Mookie if he wants to go on with it. He's got his back to goal.
What about that diving effort from Lindner?
Sensational.
Like Alan Border, it slipped.
And here he is. He launches himself. Oh, terrific stuff.
Well, they call him the president. The stage is large here to kick a goal and tie it all up. Will he kick his third?
He has.
Scores a level at the park. 8-6 apiece. Lindner kicks his third and Adelaide lay the challenge down to Essendon.
Well, here's the mark. Jamison again finding space. Launches himself, Lindner. And has had a good night. Had a couple of opponents tonight, Lindner.
Well, they love it here because the Crows have responded and they've drawn level. Filkey, a lot of players lifting that didn't get a touch in the first half. Hodges, who may be the hero tonight. Very high and long. Wren sets himself. Brown. Hocking. Quick give to McIntyre. Back to Wren. Clever. Brown, they're trying to get it out. Brown with a little one. Jamison's give to Jarman to kick the goal. In front. 9-6, 8-6. And I reckon Wren did pretty well there, the big fella, just putting his body around the place. Adelaide in front and 45,000 people love it.
Well, they certainly are a committed side now. Look at the way they threw themselves in. Hocking. They're all having a go now, the Crows. They're playing inspired football. They can play inspired football. We saw them in the first game against Hawthorn. Superhuman stuff, so they are capable.
So we're back in the middle. So far in this term, the Crows have kicked 4-2 to a behind in less than 10 minutes of actual playing time. Watson in trouble, slung. Opportunity for Maynard. Out towards the boundary he comes. Can the Bombers respond in kind? Hodges having a great turn down towards the attacking 50. Wren lost it. Legged was Cransberg, nothing doing. O'Donnell with some time. Pinpoint accuracy required and provided. Flood. Left half back. How the worm has turned. What great mark by Micken.
Not easy when you've got Madden and Somerville and they're both closing on you.
No, it was a great effort. Micken, for the first 3 seasons, the Bears skipper, and he used the ball so well. Jamison, a crowd favourite. Goes in short. Maynard.
Those signs don't look good.
It's coming unglued for the Bombers at the present time. They've got to stiffen now. What a transformation. Just over 10 minutes of actual playing time. And this will be their 5th goal of the term. Maynard, a goal-kicking defender, if you don't mind. It's jumping at Football Park. Adelaide 10-6 in a power surge. Lead Essendon 8-6.
Well, that was great play by Maynard. He is capable of this. We've seen him do it before. And as a centre-half forward, you've really got to be aware because he will run down to the forward line. He did it earlier in the season. He likes kicking a goal. He finds position, and he did on that occasion.
66-54. Adelaide by 2 goals at Football Park. High kick to half forward. Essendon being besieged here. Brown's handball to Jamison. Don't tell me another one. Misses. Well, he missed a couple against Sydney that caused to be costly in the end, and Adelaide with a real run here at 10-7 to 8-6. Winning it out of the centre, Don, comfortably, aren't they?
Everywhere, Bruce. They are now really committed as Harvey comes on. Kick it off for Essendon. Harvey going to the forward pocket, being picked up by Lee.
Johnston. Well, Kevin Schutte can throw his players around. He's tried the confetti trick over the years with great success, and he'll need to do something here to
Well,
stem
it's pretty
the
hard
tide.
to counter this type of football, because when a side's committed like the Crows are right now, they're willing to put their bodies in. This is what they did against Hawthorn early in the year. Really hard to stop.
Salmon wins it clearly. Izzard to half forward. McDermott being held. No free kick. Lee with him. Wallace just letting him know he was about. There's Derek Kickett, who's had well, an unsatisfactory evening. Started on Lindner, taken off him, did kick a goal when a fight was going on in the second quarter.
Talking to him earlier today, he was keen to do well tonight. He played for Centrals back in 1988. Filkey taken high. No free kick, or is there? Yes, there is. It's coming back to Grantley Filkey.
Here's the free kick against Alan Izzard. A little high. The goatee's gone. Look rather devilish, Grantley, with that goatee.
Goes in short. Maynard onto Tasker, who runs through the middle. Long probing kick. Who's down
free
there?
kick.
McIntyre in front. Danaher dragged off it. Should have got a free. Somerville towards the boundary line. And it trickles across.
How the umpires don't see those infringements. Danaher was all over McIntyre on that occasion as the ball came down.
Initially, and then missed the second one as well, though. Thrown on the outer side. Salmon and Wren. Won by the youngster. Jamison over the ball. He appeared to be held without it. Nothing doing. Yes, he's getting a free. And the value of a home crowd in evidence tonight. These players have been inspired by the crowd. Once they came to the party, the players got a couple of goals. The rest has been virtually a mass movement at Football Park. So Essendon, it's pretty lonely out there for them. Short passes in, and Wren takes the sliding mark.
Not a bad youngster, is he? Sean Wren. See there, a lot of filling out to do. Big fellow. Good kick and good lead.
This will be his first goal in league footy, I'd venture to say. He kicks from about 25. He's got it. Remarkable. This game is truly remarkable. Adelaide 11-7. Essendon looking winners at half-time. 8-6. They've scored just to behind and really have been beyond centre.
And there's Wren's kick. That is a magnificent kick for goal. A very well coordinated youngster. As I mentioned, 202 or 6'8" in the old imperial scale.
Well, they're testing the grandstand here. The roar at Football Park. Very few grand finals in Adelaide would have heard it this loud. Lindner to Jamison, who's proving a handful. His movement across half forward and a full forward. Wren wants it short. So confident is he. Goes high. McIntyre the target. Goes early against Salmon. No free kick. Pressure on Danaher. Chris Danaher. Izzard cleverly. Quick kick only as far as Micken, who can bang it back and maybe kick a goal.
Well done,
Yes, it was a great mark. It's like swimming. Well, Essendon must feel like they're swimming into a ferocious tide at the moment. All uphill for them. Danaher, good mark. Juggled mark and paid. 297 games tonight. Captain of the team in the mid-80s when they won those premierships. Here's Harvey with a high one. An important ball, this one. Hills should
Free
get a
kick.
free kick, not paid. Tregenza all over the top of him. Still no free kick. Watson, Brown, still with Watson. Has to concede some ground. Gives it to O'Donnell.
He gave out a
Free
rather
kick to
untidy
Hodges.
handball. Hodges
Appealing for it too. Should
not
have got
getting
it.
it. Tregenza goes over the top. Jamison goes down. McMullen got it to Watson. O'Donnell, forward of half back. Good pass. Kransberg. They desperately need a goal. It'll help on the scoreboard, but initially they've got to take the crowd out of this game. He kicks it down towards the 50. Up was Madden. Goes in hard, and that's been the order of the night. At the base of all of that is Tasker.
And Hills is injured. Dennis on centre wing. Club physio out with him.
Ball up. Left half forward for Essendon. Micken penalised. No, it's going to Micken. Grabbed by the leg, according to umpire Saws.
Landy only went through with one arm. Should have got his body. Now there's a fight on Buick.
With Andrew Pays, but Brown plays on. Salmon gets back. Wren in the middle.
Two hands.
Lindner clever. Should have probably given it off to Jarman. Is McIntyre being held? Yes, he is. TD doesn't agree. But Don thought McIntyre should have had a free kick about 3 minutes ago for something similar.
We'll see this. You can see there the jumper actually being held on that occasion.
It's kick 2 McIntyre, kick 4 against Sydney. 13 goals in his 11 matches to date. And from 35 metres, the drop punt is a goal. (12-7 to 8-6), and that's one-way traffic, isn't it?
Well, everything going their way. Adelaide, a lot of those Essendon players infringing, not getting in front. Wallace, just as that free kick was given away, gave one to Jamison. A lot of manhandling. It might be better if they started to attack the ball, Essendon.
A remarkable turnaround. 12-7. They've kicked 7 goals, unanswered goals so far in this term. Harvey goes down. Maynard to Brown. Jarman unloads for a long kick. Izzard goes back. Great mark in front. Lindner.
Playing inspired football, chock full of confidence, and that mark was evident. Look at the way he launches himself, backing into Izzard.
Yeah, they don't come any better than that. He's kicked 3 goals. This will be the 8th of the term, Don.
And when he's good, he is very good, Bruce Lindner.
Generally a big game player too. Directly in front, 35 metres out. It's another one.
Well, that's his 4th. 2 in this quarter. He's had an exceptional night tonight, Bruce Lindner. Started well and has continued on in the same way. And here's the mark. A long ball from Jarman. Watch Lindner running with a flight of it. Izzard thought he had an easy mark, but it was just that Lindner chipped in. He ran with a flight of the ball. And McMullen's off the ground too.
Kickett's come on, Don. A 50-point turnaround in this quarter. Adelaide now lead by 31 after trailing by 19. Well played, O'Donnell. Stood the test there. Flood took his eyes off the footy, but there'll be a free kick to Essendon.
Interesting.
Adelaide with 8 goals in this term without a reply. The Bombers have kicked just the solitary point. Flood goes and squares it to Salmon. Jarman on the mark. Salmon goes short and kicks it straight to Scott Lee. Well, that's symbolic of Essendon and Adelaide all away. Here's Smart. He can run and kick a long high one. Lindner the target. Jarman's going to have to fly, but it wasn't a good kick. Salmon there. Well played, Jarman, to give it off to Lindner. Lindner to Hart. Sweeping handball to Brown. Not a good kick. And Wren takes a very good finger tipper.
Well, he was just too tall. You wouldn't find many men outmarking Somerville, but he was too tall on that occasion. Look at him, just too tall. Somerville just couldn't get there.
Well, Don, it's been a promising performance by this young man.
He could kick this, Bruce, just judging on that last kick.
45 metres out. Drop punt, lays
what a
back on
kick.
it. Well, he's kicked it well for distance, but misses. And Adelaide are up to 13-8 to 8-6.
It's a good kick nonetheless. He's got a lot of potential, this young fellow.
McMullen looking on, who started so brilliantly. He got a very hard tackle at one stage in the buttock area, and maybe he hasn't recovered. Terry Danaher with a torpedo.
Towards the outer side. Marked out there by Filkey. The stats on this quarter will be interesting because basically Essendon have been denied the football. This could be a record low in percentages, I think, on the season. Jarman down towards full forward. Big pack. Hodges almost. Izard deep in the pocket. Goes over the top. Kick it close to the boundary line. Gains about 20 metres. Flood keeps it in. No, he doesn't. It's been played in one half this particular quarter.
It's hard to see we'll come up with what Essendon can do. I really don't think they can make many positional change because these Crows are really playing inspired football. They're lifting everywhere.
Almost interference to Wren. Down goes Plain. Hayes over the top. This is Brown. Well smothered by Buick. And a throw in. Under 5.5 minutes remaining till three-quarter time.
There was no one down on that Essendon forward line. Simon Madden is on the edge of the square with Nigel Smart. Everybody else up the ground.
They want a kick. Only one place to get it. That's on Adelaide's forward line. There's Watson towards centre wing. Madden knocks it, goes after it, tries to knock it again. Jarman slides in. He's grabbed.
McDermott, good gift to Hocking. Sharp one to Smart. Filkey, who's had a wonderful quarter, but that wasn't good. Tregenza, a bit like rugby league at this stage, the way they were running it down. But Adelaide giving up the footy. Wallace's kick. Adelaide with the numbers.
3-1.
Pays. Micken lopes his way through the centre. Kicks a high one. They've just got to hope for something here. Jamison. Good kick. Well played, Salmon again to get back under extreme pressure. 13-9, 8-6. And Jamison probably with a half a dozen kicks in this quarter across half forward.
Very exciting player, isn't he? Very exciting.
You just wonder how Essendon can get out of it now. At half-time, they were going well. They look winners. Salmon, and look at the kicks in the third quarter. Double, 59 to 30. Make it 60 to 30 right now. Here's Cransberg. To Izard with some run. Through the centre. Now a chance for the Bombers. Jarman giving the free to Danaher. Took the mark. Philandia. Now Plains one out at centre-half forward. Philandia hasn't got too many options. Chance here for Smart, who has played very well as a rebounder. Plain with a little toe poke to himself. Looks for a free kick. Tasker with him. And just puts it over the line. And the Bombers want a free kick. They don't get it. And we've been playing for 26.5 minutes. And Essendon hasn't scored a goal in this term. And Adelaide have kicked 8.
Can they conjure one here? Knocked forward by Micken. Taken by Smart. Only as far as Philandia. Philandia plays on, gives it to Harvey, goes in short. Not a good kick, it favoured Maynard. Well, I don't know what Harvey was looking for there, but whatever it was, it didn't come off. Maynard, superbly done.
Oh, well done.
That's too easy. Goes in short. Lee fumbles. Best and fairest at Centrals last season. Gives it across to Brown. Back it comes to Lee. Lee the long one to Filkey. A little bit too clever that time. Filkey's in trouble. Appeared to be held. Kickett slides in. Did nothing with the ball though. Hart did well. Tregenza. Wallace on a collision course with him. The ball jarred free. This is Lindner. He's been magnificent. Clever kick. Hocking inside the centre square. Penetrating kick. Jarman unattended. Marks in the pocket. Plays on. Will it run on? No.
Actually, he could have really steadied down then, couldn't he, Jarman?
Well,
gone back for a kick.
Well, only Andrew Jarman. The improviser. 13-10, 8-6. TD's not sure what to do. And you can't blame him, can you? Now Salmon. Well, can the Bombers get a goal? 2.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Salmon short to Danaher, taking a chance. Philandia with some pace and run from half back. No one forward at this position. Smart had to stand his ground. Can Plain get it forward now? Harvey. Surely a goal out of this. Plain over the top. Yes, this is the one they wanted. Madden puts it through. Second goal to Madden. 9th goal to the Bombers. Important. It's 9-6 to 13-10.
Well, they're doing it well, Adelaide. They've got 18 fit men, Essendon 19. Maybe there's a question mark about McMullen. And there they are, running it through. Kevin Sheedy down on the bench, making moves. Mervyn Kane on the left, former Sturt coach.
Simon Madden has 30 goals on the season. That was a very important one for them. They still trail, but perhaps they can get something going, although Linda has other ideas.
Through it.
Well, I reckon that's a tough decision. He was trying to control.
He was on the run, and okay.
He was trying to control the ball.
He was
surely
trying, but he threw it out.
All right. Johnston. O'Donnell. Away he comes, out wide. Good kick. Harvey. It's at right half forward. 13-10. 9-6. Kevin Sheedy. Very pensive. His 11th season at the club. He played so well in the first half. But Adelaide have trumped them in this quarter. Probing kick. Big leap from behind Somerville. Tries to go off the ground. Hacked out of midair by Smart. It goes straight up in the air. Salmon missed it. Hawking twice. Eventually pays out of defence. Towards the members' wing. It's going to be an Adelaide free. Hodges.
Nearly not lucky not to be 52. What's this? It's against Terry Danaher. He pulls Hodges down. Had him by the arm, then the shoulder.
Centre half forward, Wallace to Watson. 45 seconds remaining. Philandia with some run now. High one. Madden the target. Wren gets back. Buick off the ground. Look at this one for a goal. Superb Buick. And the Bombers back in this at 10-6 to 13-10. It's been a very good last 2.5 minutes, this one.
What a superb goal. Just watch this. A soccer off the ground. The ball to ground. Look at Buick running onto it. Magnificent.
That was no accident, was it?
And this is something that Adelaide didn't want. 2 quick goals to Essendon. 22 points the difference.
13-10 to 10-6. It's been one of the most remarkable quarters of football. And the Bombers get back with a sniff now, and if they could get one in the next 20 seconds, it would be more than that. Johnston with a high one, an important mark. Can Harvey take it? Lee just gets rid of him.
He used his body well.
And suddenly Adelaide on the defensive. Hockey. To centre wing. Hodges the target. Izard in the front, but the siren will go now. And Adelaide has turned it around.
Standing ovation, Bruce.
13-10 to 10-6. 8 goals, 6 to 2 goals, 1 in that quarter, but we've still got a big game here. This is far from over. Adelaide leading by 22 points.
Their back line running off the back end of the square. O'Donnell might have gone forward. He's playing down back.
So the last term here at Football Park. Will Adelaide stay alive in the run for the finals, or can the Bombers get out of a very, very tricky situation? Jarman, good tackle by Chris Danaher. Maynard back to Lee. Tregenza sidesteps Watson. Oh, little kick. Hocking, good hands there. Attacks the goal front towards Lindner. Danaher takes a strong mark.
That was a good mark.
Wily veteran. Body to body that time. It's better with age. This is Johnston up from the back pocket. Made his debut in '87. David Johnston hugs the boundary with a kick. And they'll work it forward once more, Adelaide. Marvellous third term by them. And the Bombers, as we said, needing the first goal. Kickett slides in, knocks it towards the boundary line, and it will be thrown in out there. Derek Kickett, disappointing night. David Brown, he of the long hair. There's the throw in. Salmon back towards the boundary. Tregenza lets it run across.
Good head out by Salmon. At least he got it moving their way, and it was a decent one.
Just looking back to that third term, I mean, anyone who's played footy realises how difficult it is mid-match to turn things around. Rarely happens. Maybe even the next day, if you play the same side, you can beat them. But to do it in one quarter of football, tremendous. Here's Pays.
Smother.
Kickett was the man who did that. Pays goes in again, goes off the ground. Opportunity for Brown.
Free kick. Can't do that, David Johnson, in a tight game like this.
Brown from 55 metres at the back. Jamison. Kick it. Oh, well done, Salmon. Johnston, Buick. He's up. Some run now. Salmon. Smothered by Jarman. Somerville.
One hand.
Lee looking for a free kick. Not getting it. Hocking. Adelaide with a big run here. Pays. Jarman. Maynard inside. Long kick normally. Doesn't go for it. Kicks it to Lindner. No free kick.
Oh, lucky.
Kick it. Will the Bombers make Adelaide pay for it? Chris Danaher. Johnston. Round the body to Philandia, but he should be swamped. Oh. Micken, Philandia and Micken. Free kick to Adelaide to Lee.
You could see that coming. Bradley playing. Philandia went with the one arm or one hand.
Would have had a shot if I was Maynard. I really might have kicked that on the run. He's such a thumping kick.
Lee goes in short to Micken. This is Lee again on the overlap. Not a particularly good kick. In front, Johnston. Hart did well. Tregenza with some time from right half forward, smothered off the boot. Terry Danaher from half back towards centre wing. Plain has it. 13-10, 10-6.
Essendon playing well up the ground. It's only Simon Madden and his opponent Nigel Smart in the 50-metre circle.
Plain taking plenty of time. Kicks towards the wing. Somerville knocks it down. Sharked by Harvey. Madden up in front of Smart. Smart too nimble. Got it on the ground and then runs away. Out wide with the kick. Bilkey hard against the boundary line. Confronted. Gets the kick towards the wing. Salmon slides in. Takes it on his chest.
Gives a handball up. Puts the pressure on. Johnston. Good tackle by Jamison. Hocking with a little one. Here's a chance now for Adelaide.
Cransburg. Lindner.
Good contest. Lindner. Hart. Left foot. Wide to Hodges. Important kick. Well played, Harvey. Jarman's hands are very good. McIntyre's left foot misses. A behind.
Gee, that's some excellent. What some terrific efforts. Harvey on Hodges and also Cransburg and Lindner. I mean, there's some terrific efforts out there.
I thought he was held, Cransburg, after the initial contact.
Watson to bring it back in. 13-11 to 10-6. 89-66. Very short to kick it, but accurate. Feeling of real tension here at the moment. It's tight, isn't it?
Cransburg around the outer side, his second bounce. Kicks through the wing towards half forward. The Bombers need this next goal. This is Hills. Squares the ball. Somerville. The defensive side of half forward comes across the ground. Danaher and Hocking. Both on them again committed. That's knocked away by Smart. Smart collides with Hocking. Great evasion by the little man though. Gets it to Tregenza. Now he can take off around the outer side. They'll set up the loose man. Over the top to McDermott. Johnston peels off. Still around the outer side, Tregenza goes. Kicks down towards half forward. Lindner is there. Knocked away by Chris Danaher. Wren does nicely. No.
Oh, bad luck.
Closes the umpire.
Gee, there's some terrific efforts down the other end. Terry Danaher and then Smart came out. Oh, these players really lifting.
Well, both teams really testing one another, unable to get the first goal that we've been talking about. Hills to Izzard, maybe this time Essendon at 50 metres out.
We have to move it quickly.
Danaher the target now. Madden gets him.
See, that was an ambitious pass just over the head of Micken. Micken in position.
Terrific kick.
It was. He really did spot him. Look, just over the head. Well done.
He's kicked two. And dare I say it, Dennis, that he's the man that you'd want in this position for Essendon. Kicked so many goals from this posse over the years. 555 goals to his credit. Drop punt. Goal. 11-6, 13-11. 3 to Madden, and it's the one the Bombers wanted, and they're still in this game.
Gradually clawing their way back into it, but still they're not confident. The Crows will not be denied, and players on both sides realising the seriousness of the situation and really putting themselves on the line.
Two brave teams in action here tonight. One down by Salmon Izard, who's been very lively to start this term. Scrambled it forward. McDermott gets it across to Filkey. High up and under. Bombers have got the numbers. Strong mark taken by Hills.
Not a bad young player.
Harvey in trouble now as a result of the hand pass. Lucky to be taken high there. No doubt about the free kick, but now it's on. Terrible handball. Sold him into trouble. Harvey, rather nonchalant kick. Well done by Danaher. Well done by Lee, too, to soccer it away. Tregenza close to the boundary line. Hodges, can he keep it in? No, he can't. Frustrating.
Tony McGuinness. Very anxious Tony McGuinness.
Every time you see Tony McGuinness, you expect to see a tagger with him, even in the dugout.
Need a wide shot, Dennis.
Yep.
Salmon. Buick. Such an improviser, isn't he, Buick? Little one off the ground again. Kicked a remarkable goal in the third quarter.
He looks like he's a bit sore too. Getting up rather gingerly.
Bombers have kicked the last 3 goals of this game. 2 just before three-quarter time. The first one here. Plenty of time left. Over 17 minutes. Chris Danaher looking for a free kick. Brown. Hills against Tregenza. Very close to the line. Keeps it in. Gives it to Derek Kickett. Misses Chris Danaher. And a tremendous crowd in tonight. Well over 40,000. And they've certainly got their money's worth. It's been one of the great highlights of the season.
My word, it has.
Here's Wren and Salmon. Jamison. Hodges. Good decision, I reckon.
Rather casual by Salmon. Wren hasn't got the upper body strength, and he should be doing more at the boundary throw-ins. In actual fact, he should be playing Wren on a break. Salmon.
Adelaide's had it in this position a number of times at half forward in the last quarter. It's been unable to convert. Wren and Salmon.
That's better.
The margin is 17 points. There's danger for Essendon. Jarman cleverly. Tregenza. Not a good kick, though. It wobbles inside the attacking 50. Missed by Danaher. Kransberg goes down. Salmon does well. What an athlete. Kickett, who hasn't had a good night, finds a player this time. Chris Danaher up through the middle. Madden. Overlap from Watson. No one is further downfield. Watson has to wait. Back to Madden.
Oh, no.
Well, Madden had no one to kick it to. Now he's lost it. He tripped over the ball.
Good effort, Maynard.
Nicken took it from Maynard. Boots it back towards half-back. The danger may have passed. Hocking's in trouble. Oh, well played. Hart. Looping hand pass gave it away. His opposite number, Buick. In trouble. Dragged down. Filkey. Across to Pays. Pays unloads for a long kick. Hodges sets himself. Got his hands to it. Couldn't mark. Brown. Open goal.
Well, David Brown reading that pack. It was an enormous pack. A big pack that flew for that ball. He was one of the only ones. Here's Hart setting it up. Ambitious. Cut out by Buick. Buick appealing. He should have gone on and just played football instead of worrying about his head. The high ball from Pays. Now here's the big pack. Look at it go. Not too many Essendon players down. And into an open goal goes Brown.
Brown getting the goal, but Nigel Smart's tackle on Buick was magnificent in the centre. It set it up. Is this enough for Adelaide to get the money? Danaher, Chris. Essendon will keep coming. There's great character in this club. Hills from Harvey. Izard. Hills again. Takes the chance.
Oh,
attacks,
too far.
and kicks it to the goal square. Micken sits, waits. Smart, who has been heroic. Long kick, one out. Filkey Doesn't win it. Johnston misses O'Donnell's body. Can steady. He's a left footer.
Oh. No right foot.
Plain. Good kick this one. Somerville.
No, just take your time. He should just take his time here. He'll make the distance. The only problem is accuracy.
Well, he's averaged a goal in each of his games this year. He's kicked 14 in 14. Hasn't got one tonight. And a wooden Kevin Sheedy and his band of men love him to maintain that average of a goal a game by kicking this one. Normally the tough pocket at the park, this one. And Somerville misses, and that's the way they often go here. Takes a little bit of local knowledge. It's called the dead pocket. And a bad miss really for Essendon at 11-7 to 14-11. It's a long way back when you've got 14 minutes to go.
Here's Tasker going towards the outer side. Maynard got loose, drops the mark. He's still got plenty of time though. Maynard, little chip pass intended for McIntyre.
Oh, that's a free kick.
Hard on him. It falls to Watson. This is Salmon, just forward of the centre circle. Wearing the scars of battle, Paul Salmon. Probing kick. Madden, great mark. So the veteran will kick from on the 50. He's kicked 3 goals. He's tried very hard on the forward line.
There's no big men down there except Micken.
Madden's kick falls in short. Missed by Micken. Maynard behind. Jarman to Tasker. Adelaide get it out. Hill's called upon now. A battle with Tregenza. This will be interesting. Well played by Hills to rake it back in, then flick it out to Philandia. Watson. Short kick, O'Donnell. Back to Watson. Confronted by Jarman. Up and under. Almost a hand on the shoulder there. Plain. Left without it. And again Smart. Has done some fine work. Gets it to Tregenza.
Who, little one to McDermott, to Jarman. To Brown. Inside again to Jarman. Well, you know he'll get out of it. He puts himself in it at times, but he gets out of it. Brown's kick. Hart ducked the head in the end. Wallace, good handball. Watson sits, waits, props. Shows some real class there. Now Jarman, who looks tired. Handball good. Tasker. Wren in the front spot. All Essendon here. Philandia. Left foot, but straight to Izzard. It's 95 to 73 with just over 12 minutes remaining. Izzard's kick to the centre. Salmon, who has played very well, to Johnston. An important one for playing.
Oh,
well, you saw
had
it.
to take it.
Being hurled Somerville. Smart. Micken. It's desperation time, isn't it? O'Donnell, good give. Danaher can kick this. Left foot, sizes it, kicks it, and misses. And maybe Essendon have spent their last penny there at 11-8 to 14-11. And Kevin Sheedy would not have been happy with Bradley Plain's effort a minute ago.
That is, Bruce, when you have got to put your body on the line for the sake of your team.
Well, it's instinctive, I guess, at times.
Tasker in short to Jarman. Not many who haven't tonight. Jarman back to Tasker. It's in the back pocket. A brief lull. Not much of that either. 11-14. 11-8. Kick around the outer side. Harvey from behind. It falls to Brown. Filkey storming down the ground. Kicks towards the attacking 50. Reading back is Wallace. He'll have to go here. Kicks it out of bounds on a full. So Wren.
Second time it's happened for Essendon. Cransberg did it earlier.
Wren in the pocket would bring the house down if he kicks a goal from here.
He's looking for options. He's not confident.
Goes in short, sets it up for Jamison. Got a hand to it, couldn't control it. Flood off to Cransberg. Runs
There's
it out
a
of the
fight
back
on behind
pocket.
play.
Kick towards the outer side wing. Salmon will need to go here. He's outnumbered. Sliding in McDermott. Well done by Buick to tie it up. There'll be a ball up on the wing.
95 to 74. Adelaide's kicked 9 goals 7 to Essendon 3 goals 3 since half time. Graham Corns, well, he can hardly look at the face. He can hardly bear it. McDermott Tregenza with a high one. Danaher should take it, although Lindner gives himself a chance. Little give to Harvey. The Bombers defending, and they need to be attacking. Johnston at half-back. So what are we playing for here? Adelaide to maintain a mathematical chance of playing in the 6 with all these games at home, as Jarman takes the mark. And if Essendon lose this, the pressure's still on them. Jarman from the centre, the man for the big occasion. The kick towards Hodges, who may have been hurled. Danaher goes to ground with a good tackle. Kick it. Quick give to Flood. Defending bravely the Bombers to Cransberg. He looks, sizes up the options, and goes to Johnston, who goes to Hills. Under pressure to O'Donnell. Gives it back to Johnston, who goes outside to Cransberg.
He's on the wing. Cransberg down towards half forward. Out comes Madden. Couldn't control it. Does brilliantly to go back and find it. Somerville
at home.
In the centre square, Somerville. They're all running back with a flight of the ball. Who's got the foot speed? Danaher misses the ball. Rakes it in, took it off Buick. The soccer off the ground by Philandia. Has it through for a behind. Well, a few half chances. You think back to Watson and Madden, and suddenly they mucked it up. Adelaide went down the other end and Brown kicked a goal, and that time a fleeting chance. Nothing came of it. Tasker goes in short. Tregenza inside the last 10 minutes now. Tregenza from half-back towards midfield. McIntyre battles with Harvey. Kickett comes through, left it behind. Brown does well, knocked away by Kickett. Taken by McIntyre. Sharked by Watson. This is Izard.
Centre wing. Salmon the leader. Micken goes with him. Scott Lee. Gary O'Donnell. Looks slow in the end there. Straight up and down. Brown.
A lot of pressure still out there.
Tregenza, who did hesitate at the wrong time. Kickett. Hills. Chris Danaher. Oh, Jarman, magnificent. What hand control there. And the kick to Jamison. No free kick. Well played by Wallace. And now the Bombers can get away. Harvey. Missed by Somerville. Smart, who has been magnificent with a high one.
Good kick.
Lindner will set himself. McDermott and Brown, they had one another. Back to Brown. Good tackle holding the footy. No holding on.
No.
Lack of talking between McDermott and Brown because they made the first contest against one another. Brown actually has lifted a lot in the second half. And
boy, that pressure out there is unbelievable.
Time running out quickly for Essendon here.
An unrelenting, Don. They just have not stopped. Watson back towards midfield. Missed by Micken. Hart roving the pack.
Oh, good effort for Landia.
Jarman on his knees.
And also
Lee,
Jarman.
terrific. Inside the attacking 50. A timely hand from Wallace, but it falls to Lindner. Open goal. That should wrap it up. Lindner's fifth. And what a wonderful handful it's been.
Well, he's done really well tonight. There's a good effort. Philandia, a good effort, but also Jarman. The high ball. They've done this on a couple of occasions. A quick flick by Hodges to Lee. Brown's done it. He ran past the pack, and it was Lindner's turn that time. His fifth goal.
Well, you can hear it at home. We're feeling it here. A roar like you rarely hear. At 15-11 to 11-9, Lindner's fifth goal. Watson, almost a throw under pressure. Harvey, a chance now for the Bombers. They've got 3 players and a paddock. Well, Hills takes a bounce, and they have lost the big advantage they had. Then centres it, looking for O'Donnell and Madden. Smart as he's done all night. Quick hands by Hart. Maynard a bit too quick in the end. Going to ground is...
That really was a soft free kick by Salmon.
Play on called. Jarman with a handball. Filkey with a strong handball to Brown. Good play by the Bombers, but that's a throw.
It's a throw.
And gone. And McDermott points to Brown and says he's the man to take it. And he really has lifted this young man since half-time. Well and truly beaten until then. From 50 metres. High left foot to the goal square. Lindner, who's kicked 5, loves the big occasion. This one out on the full. But I reckon the Prez would be happy with his work tonight at 15-11 to 11-9. 41,716. So this massive crowd, they maintain their average of over 40,000 here in Adelaide. Another mistake by the Bombers.
Yes, Harvey kicked into the man on the mark. Kick it tight, he's up. He's
Another bounce.
Well, you would have thought they would have learnt by now. Eventually Harvey over half back with his clearing kick. Well done by Hart. Jarman has been very impressive, very slick in this term. Got it to Filkey. Tasker, long bomb, waiting behind his Lindner. Up he goes. Kick it did well. It's out of bounds in the right full forward pocket.
Well, all the players are down the ground. Somerville's near the centre with Maynard. Madden's in the 50-metre circle with Smart. Everybody else is down the ground.
Two worthy finalists battling it out tonight. Will they both get there?
Well done, Wren.
Off the ground by Brown. Buick straight up in the air. Over the top, Lindner. McDermott in trouble. Danaher, Terry hugs the boundary line with a hand pass. Jamison, who played so well in the third term. Nice ball from 60 metres out. Back towards full forward. Kick it in from the side, trying to punch away. Kransberg too. And the ball's out of bounds again in that right full forward pocket. Just looking at the finish for the Crows. It's the Eagles on this ground next weekend, next Sunday, and it's the Western Oval. St Kilda, a bye, and North Melbourne. Those last two games at home. This is Pace, slung, it helps the kick. It's going goalward. I think it's home. Oh, just missed.
102 to 75, and this is vacant. This is Essendon's forward line.
And Matten just coming into screen there with Smart.
Kick it to Flood. Again, pressure for Essendon. Over the top. Johnston. Well, that's symbolic, Don, of the pressure from Adelaide.
And listen, it's just been a fantastic game. Adelaide really have put themselves in for the ball, the pressure.
But Essendon have tried very hard, haven't they?
Oh, listen, the game has just been terrific. Really restores your faith in football.
Never given it away, Essendon.
Good take by Watson. For so long, the champion at the club. Philandia. Well, Hills, it wasn't a good handball. Hart, who has lifted after being beaten early. McIntyre. And they're now celebrating.
Good kick by Hart. Actually, it was good play by Hart. The pressure put on caused Philandia to mess the handball up. Not a good kick, as you see, not spinning well, but still out in front of McIntyre. Got his big chest around the ball, and there's just nothing Kransberg could do on that occasion.
He's kicked 3 goals, 4 last week. So he's getting this average up and giving Adelaide a couple of options up forward with Jamison. Hodges returning to some form. Normally a very good kick, McIntyre. He's kicked that superbly through. 4 goals for McIntyre, and Adelaide have charged away now at 16-12 to 11-9.
Well, distance wasn't a problem. As you can see there, very good approach. The way he executed the kick was copybook, just kicked into the ball. Here it is. Nicely done. Well done.
Well, it's a festive occasion at Football Park. In stark contrast to the gloom that hung over the ground at halftime, Jarman goes off the ground. Kransberg has tried hard, particularly in the second half. Long kick down towards centre half forward. Somerville dropped it. Philandia keeps it in front. Sockers it off the ground. Hills inside half forward. Over the top. Not a good hand pass. O'Donnell set a task. He was unequal to it. Smart again. Hart, a touch of arrogance now. Maynard, Filkey, he'll run it out. No, McDermott on for the short one. 30 metres in the clear. On the overlap, Hayes, a penetrating kick out in front of McIntyre. Is very quick for a man that size running in a straight line. He's caused them all trouble down there tonight.
My apologies, I think to Kransberg. It might have been Flood that was behind McIntyre earlier.
Forward pocket, Adelaide attacking, as they've done for most of the second half, kicking 11 goals to 3. Madden, Watson, Harvey under pressure. kick it. Oh, good tackle by Lindner, but Danaher able to take it. Long handball to Tregenza. Chris Danaher with strength. Tregenza holds him up. Now Johnston. Somerville. Tasker gets across. Johnston just took his eye off it for the minute. Izard round the body. Punched away by Tasker. O'Donnell. Little chip one to Plain, who will kick a goal. No, he'll go over the top. Philandia will kick it. 2 goals to Philandia, and the Bombers get their 12th, but the last rites are being set for them. 108 to 81, 16-12 to 12-9.
Well, O'Donnell spotting Plain. There were 3 fellows down there. Just a matter of a 3-on-1 over the top. And Essendon, they've got their 12th. It's been an excellent effort by the Crows tonight. Fully committed side, the Crows, since half-time. They've really put themselves in. Similar to the game earlier against Hawthorn.
Well, Melbourne and Collingwood winning yesterday. Adelaide today. Izard slung. As a result, the kick goes straight up in the air. O'Donnell takes the mark. Of course, the Eagles losing on Friday night. So much interest left in this competition. Here's Harvey towards half forward. Hart has done some good things too. Inside the last minute.
Great game next week, Dennis, between the 2 birds, the Eagles and the Crows.
Yes, could be a sellout, that one. They'll fancy themselves after tonight. Here's Tasker from half-back. But Essendon have stuck at it. No concessions at all. Great mark, Jamison. Superb mark.
He's rising in confidence, isn't he?
Outstanding young player. Goes for distance. Down towards McIntyre, and why not? Fisted away by Flood. Wren tries to go off the ground. Terry Danaher, what a contrast there in the ages of those two in the confrontation. Back comes Danaher. Watson. There's the siren. It's all over, and it's a great victory to Adelaide. A young club, and this will go a long way to helping further their tradition. They were down, they were gone at half-time, but they've come back. 8 unanswered goals had this crowd in a fervour in the 3rd quarter, and they've grabbed this game from the jaws of defeat. A marvellous performance, and Adelaide are still alive in this competition. One of the stars tonight, Bruce Lindner, and he's with Max Stevens.
Well, Bruce, I must say you must have that wood on Essendon. That pre-season game here, and then again tonight, not so successful at Windy Hill though.
No, well, obviously in front of your own home crowd, it's a tremendous advantage, and I think the boys showed a tremendous amount of team spirit to come back in that 3rd quarter with some really good football. And it's, I mean, we've dropped a few games along the season, but these wins sort of, well, they make up a little bit in that regard.
Bruce, it was a depleted Adelaide Crows side. I mean, even the 2 blokes on the bench were injured.
Yeah, it was a tremendous gutsy effort. We were down to 17 fit men halfway through the 3rd quarter, so it showed a lot of character and a lot of spirit to come back from being 4 or 5 goals down to get up and win by 5. So.
And your own performance?
Reasonably happy.
I understand now you're the candidate, not the press anymore. What's that?
I think I've just been demoted, that's all.
Okay, mate, well done.
Well, he might be promoted tonight, I reckon, because the Prez was at his very best with 5. And this town will be celebrating on this Sunday evening because in many ways this has been their greatest victory in their 1st season. Almost out of it at half-time, they've been able to resurrect 1991 with a stunning performance before 41,000 people. Adelaide very much alive. 16-12, 108. Essendon 12-9, 81.